you can. Just giving you all permission to record now.
Hey, what's going on, guys? They're starting in a minute. What's going on with you guys, man? Hold up. Let me put my camera on. What's up? We're waiting for them to start the Zoom call. Alexander Povetkin is first. He's going to be on for half an hour, starting in 5 minutes, and then it's going to be Dillian Whyte. And then it's a pretty long Zoom call. Let me tell you everybody that's on the Zoom call today.
If you want to look in the chat, I'm just popping the one in order in there.
Hold on, that's
Dillian Whyte. And then from there, we're going to move through the undercard. So
yeah, they put the schedule on there.
We'll get a chance to speak today. If you want to ask a question, if you just raise the hand emoji on Zoom, or if you message me in the private chat, and if you've got my number, just drop me a message. And like I say, we will try to get through as many as we can in half an hour with the guys.
All right, so let's talk for a minute. Let me pull it up real quick. So it's going to be Alexander Povetkin in 5 minutes.
Obviously, other than Dillian, all of the fighters are here at the hotel in London, so they're isolating. So just bear in mind they're having to join on their own devices, which sometimes doesn't go completely to plan, but I'm sure we'll be okay on this occasion.
Here, let me try to mute them. Let's talk for a minute while they doing their bullshit. So yeah, fight week. I think my personal opinion, I think that Povetkin has a better chance to win in a rematch. Who has a better chance to make adjustments in a rematch? But age is not, experience and pedigree is on Alexander Povetkin's side. Age is not. One thing for sure is the winner is definitely probably never going to get a title shot or get close to a title shot ever again. Ooh. I mean, it's possible they could, but this right here for the WBC interim title, this is to be the next mandatory for the winner of Joshua versus Fury, or Fury of Joshua, whichever you prefer, after Alexander Usyk. So it's going to be the Alexander Usyk versus Joe Joyce who gets their shot at the winner of that 2 fights it's supposed to be between Fury and Joshua. And then the winner of this gets their shot, the WBC. Then the IBF after that. WBA, we don't know what the hell they're doing.
Just join in, bear with me. I'm just giving you all permission to record.
Yeah, Povetkin's about to join the call now. So I guess you can say this is a career match, right? It's a career match. Hold on, let's see who's joined here.
So just a reminder, if you want to ask a question, if you raise the hand emoji, or if you message me in a private chat, or just drop me a message on the phone. I think we're going to start off with the national newspapers because we've got a few on here. So Dave, I'll come to you first if that's all right, mate.
Where's Povetkin? Hold on, I'm seeing who's joining. No, I think it's Fury. I think it's going to be Fury Joshua. I think it's going to be Fury Joshua. Even though financially it should be Joshua Fury, but I think it's going to end up being Fury Joshua. Hold on, people are still joining the Zoom call. They're waiting for Povetkin to join now. It's still a little bit early. He's going to be joining in the next couple of minutes. So here's going to be on the Zoom call. Povetkin and Whyte get a half hour. Then after that, it's going to be Fabio Wardley, Eric Molina, Campbell Hatton, Ted Cheeseman, James Metcalf, Chris Congo, Michael McKinson, Nick Webb, Youssef Kumari, and Kane Baker. So this is a 3.5 hour Zoom call. Am I going to be in here 3.5 hours? Yeah. I'm not going to be streaming for 3.5 hours though. But we are going to stream this right here, Povetkin and Dillian Whyte. And then the other important ones, or no disrespect to the fighters, I am going to upload the Fabio Wardley, Campbell Hatton, and Ted Cheeseman individual Zoom calls. Everybody else, yeah, it's my show, damn it. How can Usyk Joyce get a shot before Whyte Povetkin? Because Usyk Joyce is the current mandatory. They're stepping aside for the fight to happen.
Okay, we're just waiting.
And since Dillian Whyte had lost to Povetkin,
do me a favour and put yourself on mute until it's your turn to ask a question.
I think Povetkin's here.
Earlier, I'm recording the call this end, but I'd recommend recording your end too, just to save time. If you want to ask a question, if you just raise the hand emoji or drop me a message in the chat, we'll try to get through as many as we can. But obviously, the Dillian section in particular, we are quite busy, so we'll try and maybe limit it to a couple of questions. But I'll let you all know.
Wait, Dan, please can you give me permission to record?
Yeah, one moment. I'll just do that now. There you go.
Oh, thank you. Thanks.
And for me as well, Dan, if that's okay.
Hold on, let me go over here. Let's go.
Who is that? Sorry.
Full screen.
So yeah, Rob Ellis at Stats Perform.
Okay.
They're about to start soon.
Now, mate. One moment. Bear with me.
I don't see
Povetkin. Too. Can I get permission as well?
Yeah.
Or Dylan here.
That's Chris, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like permission to you, Chris, if you don't mind.
Say again, mate.
I'd like permission to you, if you don't mind.
Come on, man, get your technology shit together. Damn it.
1 second, Chris. I'm just trying to find you. What are you under? Into boxing?
Yeah.
Okay. And we've got David Diaz, yeah?
Yeah, that's correct.
It's not actually letting me give you permission to record. You just want to check your end to see.
Yeah, because I'm using my phone because I don't have a.
That's probably why. So what I can do is instead, David, I can record this and send it to you afterwards, mate.
Yeah, that's true. That's fine.
Hi, Dan. Would you be all right to give me permission as well?
Yeah. Who is that?
Let me go ahead and share
Charlie
the screen.
Parsons.
Yeah. Bear with me, mate. I'm just scrolling
Top
down.
man, cheers.
Hi, can I have permission as well, please, Dan?
Yeah.
It's Hannah Lucas from Fight Post.
Sure. Thanks a lot.
Dan, myself as well, Dave Joe, Hal Boxing Voice.
Have y'all ever heard of any of these people?
Yeah, me as well, Dan. Jonathan Aguff.
Oh.
Cheers, mate.
No problem.
For me, Georgi Rodionov from Russia, Red TV.
Yeah.
Yes, Russia.
Thank you.
Yes.
Just to check, Dan, Mark Walker, PA, have you given me permission, mate?
Are you under your name or are you under PA? Let me just have a look. Mark Walker. There you go. You've now got permission.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers, everybody.
Hi, Dan, mate. It hasn't gone through on my end yet.
Okay, mate. Just bear with. Hannah, are you on your phone or a laptop?
I'm on the laptop.
Right. Have you got permission? Because it's not letting me give you permission to record at the moment.
No, it's not showing it on mine either.
Okay, well, what I'll do is just to save time, we'll get the rest of the guys in and then I'll send through that recording ASAP as soon as the call finishes. It'll probably take, I'd say, up to an hour, so it's not too
I don't
bad.
need no damn permission.
All right, Brill, thank you. Do you want my email address to send it to?
Yeah, if you pop me an email, obviously on the invite that you received for the call, we'll get that sorted for you.
All right, thank you.
No problem.
By the way, my Zoom background is going to be done sometime by the end of next week.
We're just chasing up.
So you'll be able to see us on the screen and shit. All right, well, let me mute this and run my mouth. So what's up? This undercard is pretty, I'm not feeling it unless you like Cheeseman versus Metcalf. I am somewhat interested in the Congo versus McKinson fight.
Try and give you your permission to record.
But, pretty mild weeks and weekend boxing. You have Major Serrano who's fighting. You also have UFC 260. But no real cards stacked on. In fact, we get to focus fully on UFC this weekend. That's what's up. That's what's up. So for those who don't know, the winner of this is going to be the WBC mandatory to face the winner of Fury Joshua. After the winner of Fury Joshua, after 2 fights, faces the winner of Joe Joyce and Alexander Usyk. Let me see if anybody's joined the call yet. Where are these fighters at? We don't got all damn day.
Charlie, you should be sorted now, mate, if you want to try again.
Still waiting on Povetkin and
Top man, cheers, mate.
Dillian Whyte to join. I don't see him on here anywhere. Yeah, y'all know who any of these people are? I've never seen who none of these. I know some of them, but for the most part, I don't know who none of these people are. So yeah, what's going on? Pretty mild close to the month here. Next week, let me pull up the schedule real quick on the other screen. See what we got going on here. Dan Rayfield on his Fight Freaks Unite website or blog has the best.
Just while we wait for Povetkin to join, just a reminder, pop yourself on mute until it's your turn to ask a question. I'll introduce you. I think for now, if we limit it to 2 or 3 questions each, and then we might need to reduce that if we're running out of time towards the end.
Yeah, some of them be asking some bullshit, and they be really like going.
You just pop your camera on when you're asking a question.
Like they giving like a full.
Can see who they're speaking to.
One-on-one. And expect for some dumbass questions too. But I'm as soon as I get my Zoom background taken care of, you're gonna start seeing us on the screen over there. So bear with me. I'm pulling up the fight schedule. What fights are next week? Isn't Jamel Herring versus Carl Frampton next week? As I said, this weekend in boxing is pretty mild. Like, you can get away with just watching the Povetkin versus Dillian Whyte card. I mean, fight, not the card, and actually be cool. Because unless you want to see Ted Cheeseman versus James Metcalf, or Fabio Wardley versus Eric Drummerboy Molina, or Chris Congo versus Michael McKinson, I actually want to see that fight because the winner could possibly fight Virgil Ortiz. Possibly. Not saying they will, but possibly. There's something there, you know? And if you want to see Campbell Hatton, outside of that, yeah, here I'll go full screen for you to show you the card. It's just like, ew, bro. Like, nah. Y'all like this shit? Like, this is the card. Nah, bro. I mean, I'm going to watch it. You know me. I'm a degenerate. I'm a lowdown when it comes to this. I'm going to watch it. But I don't think I'm going to be doing no motherfucking post-fight video on these shits. I kind of like this fight, though. WBC Eliminator. We got to do a video recapping this last weekend's fights, probably tonight or tomorrow morning. O'Kalia captured the title. Sent Dwyer ass to hell. Degenerate gambler, Dwyer. And this is this week's fights. Oh shit, you got Jose Uzcat, the guy who's returning. Here, this is Dan Rayfield's schedule. I'll put it in the chat. So once again, I'm waiting for Alexander Povetkin to join the Zoom call. He's starting first for half an hour, and then it's going to be Dillian Whyte. And then I'm going to go through the whole entire undercard. So prepare. You're going to have some dumbass questions getting asked. And you're going to have people taking over the interview. I mean, the Zoom call thinking it's just a one-on-one type deal. But anyway, back to the schedule. So yeah, pretty mild week in boxing. Pretty mild week, you know. Now, Wednesday, I'm going to be covering this card. You got Tim Tszyu versus Dennis Hogan. And then it's not mentioned on here, but you got Saki Obika versus Sam Solomon 3. Isn't it that third time fighting? I'm covering this card. We got an interview from not Sam Solomon. We got an interview from Dennis Hogan that we did a couple of weeks back that I'm uploading later on this evening. And an interview recently from Fox Sports' Ben Damon. Oh, wait. I think, is Povetkin here? Hold on. Shh. Shut up, y'all. Povetkin's joining now. So yeah, next week you got this Jamel Herring versus Carl Frampton, and my man Terrell McKenna versus Zankosh Torarov, whoever the hell that is, and Dani Nietes returns versus a Pablo Carrillo.
Povetkin joining us just now. We'll just wait for his audio to connect. We've got Max translating for us. So when you're asking your questions, if you can just say them clearly and slowly, just to avoid any confusion. Okay, so we'll start with David Anderson from the Daily Mirror, please.
Hey, take your time out. Please like the video.
Are we okay to go, Dan?
Yep, David, ready when you are.
Hi, Sasha. I hope you're well. Sasha, have you any concerns that, you know, having the coronavirus and having to go to hospital will affect you in this fight?
Yes.
Max.
Max. Just might need to.
Where's Max at? Max got to translate. Max, where you at? God damn it, Max.
Okay, so Max is now with us. David, if you could just repeat your question now, Max is on the call.
Right. Yeah. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Max. Hi, Sasha. Max, I was just wondering if Sasha has any concerns that the fact that he had coronavirus and had to go to hospital to get treatment, will that affect him in this fight?
Саш, слышишь меня?
Да, слышу.
Вопрос следующий. Думаешь ли ты, у тебя есть какие-нибудь, ну, там, мысли по поводу того, что ты переболел ковидом, как-то может повлиять на бой, на исход поединка?
Я на это внимание вообще не обращаю. Я тренируюсь, рад, что состоится бой уже скоро. Нормально себя чувствую.
То есть у тебя нет таких ощущений, да?
Нет.
Какого-то эффекта?
Нет.
Sasha said he doesn't feel any effects of, you know, coronavirus. He's training well. The camp was good. So, and he didn't think about that at all.
Right. And also, Max, could you just ask Sasha, he obviously was world champion between 2011 and 2013. He knows what it takes to be world champion. In his opinion, can Dillian Whyte be a world champion, or did Sasha expose him, his weaknesses in the last fight?
As a witnesses? Okay. Саш, ну, такой неконкретный вопрос. Ты как бы знаешь, что такое быть чемпионом мира, ты уже был им в какой там 12-13 год. И, ну, как бы все задаются вопросом, сможет ли Диллиан Уайт им стать, или как бы он будет твоей жертвой в очередной раз.
Скоро все узнаем. Скоро все узнаем. Значит, можно уже сказать что угодно. Как будет на самом деле, мы скоро узнаем.
Well, nobody knows how it will be. Yes, I know that, you know, how to be a world champion, but can Dillian Whyte become, or, you know, he will defeat again? We will see. Sasha don't like to do prediction for things like that.
I'm surprised his lips not all
Max.
purple.
Thanks, Sasha.
Thank you.
Every fight,
David, if we go to Riyadh from the Daily Mail next, please.
Just like Canelo, it's not a Canelo fight week, but I'm having that
Sasha.
bullshit
Hi,
on his
Max.
lips.
Yeah, hi.
Sasha, could you, obviously going back to the coronavirus, it sounds like it was a very serious case that you had.
Oh, he got that. He need his stimulus check.
Please. And also, Dillian Whyte has said a couple of times that he doesn't believe you, that it was... Could you tell us your response to that?
Саш, вопрос опять по коронавирусу. Спрашивают, ну, то есть людям как бы показалось, что это было достаточно серьезно, потому что ты как бы там, ну, типа, был в больнице и прочее. И Диллиан Уайт говорит, что там ничего этого не было, что это все как бы ты ничем не болел, это просто типа затяжка времени. Ты можешь ему что-то ответить? И, ну, вообще как бы...
Скажу, что мне отвечать? Это его личное мнение. У нас есть все документы, у нас все есть, у нас есть врачи. Ну, неужели, если бы я не болел, я бы с радостью вышел побоксировать. Чем быстрее, тем лучше для меня. Для него хуже, чем быстрее. Для него, я считаю, это на пользу, наоборот, идет. Больше восстановится.
По поводу серьезности болезни, ну, как бы, объясни, что это ничего страшного не было, просто это профилактическая, как бы, ну, мера была. Правильно я понимаю?
Ну, я ж не знаю, там врачи лечили. Обнаружили у меня коронавирус, положили в больницу, и они меня лечили. Это как серьезно, не серьезно, этого я не знаю.
Well, the first thing is response to Dillian Whyte. He can think and tell wherever he wants, but we have a papers. We have a documents with different analysis. And the result. Actually, it's send it to Matchroom. So this is not the case for a discussion. And for Dillian, this is better when the fight goes later. Because
come
of
on,
knockout.
Jake Donovan.
So regarding how serious there was a COVID, it wasn't like that. It was like just to avoid any risk for the family, and have some kind of checking all other like to check the body and the system of the body. So this to using is not just for recovering from the COVID.
Thank you.
Thanks, Riaf. If we go to Wally Downs from The Sun next, please.
Hi, Sasha and Max. After a win like that, you can take some of Dillian's biggest shots and get up, and that you can finish him with one of your shots. Psychologically, what does that give you going into the rematch?
Саш, тоже вопрос такой. Ты уже понимаешь психологически, что ты можешь, ты уже сделал это один раз, ты можешь это, в принципе, сделать второй раз. У тебя в реванше есть, подобный настрой, что, в принципе, ты его можешь одним ударом положить.
У меня такого настроя не было. То, что было, я про это уже забыл. Сейчас то, что будет, самое главное. И надо подойти к этому бою в хорошей форме и забыть про то, что было. Потому что этот бой будет совсем другой.
Well, there is no such some mind that there was a good shot in the first fight and that it can be the same in the second fight, because this is a different story. We started from the beginning. We forgot what's been in the first fight. It should be, it could be anything in the fight, and I need just to be ready for the 12 rounds. That's it. We're not taking account the first fight.
And last year in Auburn, when he came over, Sasha had just had, I think, his baby son. He's just managed to get to spend some time with him. Has he been able to teach him anything new or enjoy any particular part of being a dad again this time round?
Саш, ты, вот это время, которое выдалось тебе для, скажем так, для проведения с семьей, ты использовал его для общения с сыном, может быть, чему-то сына научил, вот такие подробности, если можешь.
Я с семьей, конечно, проводил время. Сын пока маленький, его чему научишь. А так интересно с ним общаться, играться.
Well, my son, he's still very small, very difficult to teach him something, but of course I use my time, to have a time with the family. But very interesting to play and to have some kind of conversation with my small son.
Thank you, guys.
I gotta do
Thanks, Wally. So we've got 12 minutes until Dillian comes on, so we're going to have to limit it to a couple of questions each for now. So if we go to Jeremy Herridges next, please.
Hi, Max. Hi, Sasha.
Hi.
I'm wondering, where does Whyte's power stack up against the likes of Joshua Klitschko and some of the other fighters that Sasha's fought throughout his career?
Can you say again, because I didn't listen because the signal was very bad. Can you repeat?
Got you.
Please?
Sure.
Yeah.
I was wondering, where does Sasha believe that Whyte's power stacks up against the likes of Anthony Joshua, Vladimir Klitschko, and some of the other fighters that he's fought before?
Саш, такой вопрос, где была твоя мощь, когда ты дрался с Джошуа и с Владимиром Кличко, и все вот эти, скажем так, большие бои.
Мощь моя была. Эти ребята были сильнее меня, да и все. Что можно сказать?
То есть, ну, вопрос не в мощи, да?
Конечно, они просто были сильнее, лучше меня. Все.
Well, Jeremy, the question not about the power, you know, that he has. The question that those guys were just on that night, there was just better than me, better prepared. So, you know, you can't use your power, you know, if you're not 100% ready.
He looks like he's in tremendous shape. I'm curious if he's feeling any impact of age at this point, or does he feel as strong as he was years before?
Ты выглядишь в хорошей форме, и кажется ли тебе, что возраст как бы, ну, влияет на твое, ну, тело, на твою форму, или наоборот, как бы ты ощущаешь себя лучше, чем сколько-то лет назад?
Трудно сказать, но сейчас я себя чувствую хорошо, в хорошей форме, и не чувствуется возраст, я вообще не чувствую. Как будто мне 25.
The thing that I'm feeling myself like I'm at 25 years old, so I can't say that the age, you know, influence on my body, you know, and you know, on impact on something.
Thank you and best of luck.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeremy. If we go to Jonathan Nagyoff next, please, for his 2 questions.
Thanks, Dan. Hi, Alex. Hi, Max. Going back to the last fight, can you just talk us through the moment in the 5th round when you knocked Dillian Whyte out? Is that the most satisfying moment of your career?
Саш, пару, ну, как бы слов, впечатлений по поводу вот этого момента в 5-м раунде, когда ты его отправил в нокаут. Это, ну, там, может быть, самый запоминающийся или один из самых запоминающихся моментов в твоей карьере?
Ну, конечно, я был счастливый раз. Конечно. Для меня это, конечно, запоминающий момент.
Well, I was just happy, you know, and I was just happy. You know, definitely one of the remembers moment in my boxing career, for sure.
There's been obviously some talk that the 2 heavyweight champions, AJ and Fury, are going to fight, meaning that we don't know what a win would do for either of you. But there has been talk of a possible fight with Deontay Wilder. Do you see that as a possibility if you come through this?
You mean Povetkin against Deontay Wilder?
Yeah.
Окей, gotcha. Саш, ну, поскольку разговоры идут по поводу боя Фьюри с Джошуа, то как бы зашел разговор, что, ну, как бы в этой всей истории, когда у них там бой, возможно, реванш, что возможен твой бой с Уайлдером. Как ты на это смотришь?
Ну, если это будет так, то это хорошо. Что Уайлдер хороший, сильный боксер, будет интересно с ним побоксировать.
Да, скажи, незаконченная история у нас, да?
Ну да, посмотрим, да, конечно. У нас не получился бой, будет
Да.
хорошо.
Anyway, if it will be the fight like this, you know, it will be something interesting because we have a unfinished story since the first fight was Kelly, you know, the details. So it's good to, if we can, you know, close this question.
Thanks. Best of luck Saturday.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, if we go to Carmen from Gibraltar Magazine next, please.
Hi, I was just wondering if you have any, you know, pre-match routines or rituals and how you calm yourself down and calm your nerves down before entering the ring.
Спрашивает Саш, есть ли какие-то либо, как это по-русски-то сказать, ну, типа, какие-то, ну, способы, как бы, как ты себя настраиваешь, успокаиваешь, какие-то особые моменты или какие-то фишки, знаешь, ну, такие спортивные чисто, или, ну, ничего особенного, там, кто-то там, не знаю, гуляет, кто-то, не знаю, там, массаж делает, ну, понимаешь, о чем речь.
Я и так спокоен, меня успокаивает. Да. Наоборот, когда я могу погулять, пообщаться с ребятами, там, я не знаю, а потом, когда прихожу уже на бой, в раздевалке, я уже начинаю гонять, думать, как я буду боксировать, как я буду комбинации делать, заводить и немножко себя растрясти, чтобы ты более живой был такой.
Well, actually, on a fight week, Sasha feels himself very calm. You know, there is there is nothing specific that he is doing. Just walk. Like everyday things, which is preview for the fight. But on the fight day, he said, "I'm trying to think in my mind how I will box, and trying to like make fire in myself just before the fight. But this is with my mind, and thinking about the plan for the fight and how I will be boxing. So nothing specific. Nothing specific.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. If we go to Ames next, please.
Ames here from Boxing News TV. Pleasure to meet you, Sasha. Sasha, could you take me back to the first fight? There was a rumor that your corner could have pulled you out in the round before you knocked out Dillian. How close was that to being a possibility? Is that correct at all?
Саш, есть слухи, что перед пятым раундом было как бы предупреждение, или угроза, что угол тебя может снять с боя. Правда ли это? То есть или это ничего такого не было?
Это ерунда все. Это ерунда, никогда бы меня угол не снял, и я всегда против этого. Я буду боксировать всегда до последнего. Пока у меня есть шанс победить, я буду стараться победить. И этого никогда в моем углу не могло быть, даже близко.
There is no case when such conversation could be in a corner. Never in my life. So I'll be fighting at the end. So there wasn't any discussion like that.
I know you won't be thinking about this in your mind before the fight, but in the event if you were to lose, would you be afforded the opportunity to have a rematch, a third fight, if that was on the table?
Саш, если там взять плохой расклад и проигрыш в бою, третий бой тебе интересен, если, соответственно, такое будет там впоследствии обсуждаться?
Конечно, почему нет? Я всегда рад интересным боям. Dillian Whyte хороший боксер, сильный боксер. Мне будет интересно с ним, конечно, побоксировать.
Well, of course, if it will be, like as a discussion, will be on the table, of course, we will take this opportunity anyway. Especially, about, Joshua fighting Fury, for how long, nobody knows.
All the best for the weekend, Sasha. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, we go to Devinder Pal next, please.
Cheers, Dan. Hey, Sasha. Hey, Max. In regards to the rematch now, what do you think Dillian Whyte will bring to the table this time around for the second fight?
You mean as which style he will box?
Yeah, what style he will box? Yeah.
Саш, с учетом реванша и как бы того боя, думаешь ли ты, что какие-то будут... как ты вообще думаешь, что он в этот раз построит свой бой, какая будет тактика, какой будет стиль у него на этот раз?
Я думаю, что слишком сильно он что-то навряд ли поменяет. Как вот стиль это будет боксировать, может, повнимательнее будет. Я тоже, в принципе, ко всему готов, к любому раскладу. Если он сразу начнет атаковать больше. Я могу сказать, на чем я тренировался. Я тренировался того, чтобы руки держать повыше, чтобы больше лучше защищаться. Вот моя специфика. Опять же, за такое короткое время навряд ли там кардинально что-то поменяешь.
I don't think that Dillian can change something, too much different from the style that he used to box. Maybe he will start to pushing me from the first round, which is also ready. But anyway, I can't think that he changed himself too much. Well, and most of that I was working on my my mistakes, some disadvantages, and doesn't matter what he's going to do, but I'm ready for everything.
And just very finally as well, Dillian has described this as the biggest fight of his career. And going back to the first fight when he never shook Sasha's hand at the weigh-in, do you think he took the first fight seriously?
Dillian Whyte сказал, что... You mean the second fight is the biggest fight in his career?
Yes, yeah. Do you think he took the first fight seriously? Sorry.
Okay. Саш, Dillian Whyte сказал, что вот этот второй бой – это самый большой бой в его карьере. Думаешь ли ты, что поскольку он взвешивании не пожал тебе руку, он, ну, как бы не воспринял тот первый бой всерьез?
Трудно сказать. Я считаю, что не то, что всерьез не воспринял. У него свой какой-то менталитет, я не знаю. Может, он меня хотел разозлить, чтобы я более ошибки допускал. Не знаю, трудно сказать. Может, он по характеру такой, трудно сказать. Я на это внимание обращаю.
You know, it could be everything. Maybe he was going to make me angry or crazy when he didn't shake my hand. Maybe this is his mentality. Maybe this is, you know, the person he is. You know, I don't think that he didn't take it serious. It just, you know, his behavior like this.
Thank you, guys. Thanks a lot. Good luck.
You too.
Okay, guys, so we've got Dillian Whyte joining in the next few minutes, so we'll have to limit it to one question each. So if we go to Fuad from Viper Sport next, please.
Hi, guys. Hope you're well. Just a quick one from me. Talk us again once more through that knockout. You were dropped a few times in that first fight, and it was a kind of a shock to the public watching that the shot came from nowhere. Did you plan that shot over the first 3 rounds to land it in the 4th, or was it a surprise to you that you got it off as well?
Can you say maybe last 2 sentences, because you know the signal is not perfect.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, I was just saying that was the shot a surprise to Sasha as well, because it was a surprise to us. Obviously, he was down twice in the round prior to that. So did he plan it through the fight, or was it a shock to him as well?
Oh, yeah, I got you. Okay. Саш, ну, такой интересный вопрос. Ну, то есть ты как бы был удивлен, что вот там в 4-м раунде 2 раза ты упал, и, ну, вообще, что так все произошло, ну, как бы, или там, может, у тебя план такой был, как бы, ну, вот такой вопрос.
План
То есть,
такой
насколько
нет.
тебя это удивило вообще, как это вот чуть-чуть какой-то план у тебя был на там первые раунды, и как это поменялось?
Меня сильно удивило. У меня плана не было никакого. Я пропустил удары, сам не ожидая этого. Но к победе я все равно стремился. И вот этот удар, который он прошел, мы его отрабатывали на лапах, мы его отрабатывали на тренировках. Так что я думаю, хорошо, что он прошел и что получилось.
Yeah, I was surprised, you know, like going down twice, but this is a result of my mistakes in the fight. Anyway, it doesn't affect too much for my plan, of course. And, you know, the shot that was successful, we actually do it in a training camp, you know, all over the time. So I'm very happy that it, you know, get to the aim.
Awesome. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, we go to Georgy Rodionov from Rent TV next, please.
Александр, Максим, добрый день. Спасибо большое. Скажите, пожалуйста, Александр, вы сейчас в фаворитах. Более того, вот недавно общались с Челембой, с Рой Джонсоном, с вашими коллегами, и они ставят на вас. Скажите, пожалуйста, такая поддержка, как она вообще влияет на вас, психологически подбадривает и дает ли какой-то такой...
Hold on, I'm gonna translate for y'all when he finishes.
Если честно, я этого не слышал и внимания на это постараюсь не обращать. Я выйду и буду боксировать, показывать, что могу. Знаете, кто-то говорит, что он выиграет, кто-то я на это не обращаю внимания. Вот ринг все покажет.
И скажите, пожалуйста, второй вопрос. Все-таки это, вот вы сказали, что это абсолютно новый бой, но все же, как вы выражаетесь русской поговоркой, все же это может быть повторение мать учения. Вы будете брать какие-то моменты из прошлого боя?
Конечно буду. Я просматривал бой, смотрел свои ошибки, просматривал его ошибки. Лучше применять приемы разные, чтобы повредить своего соперника.
Спасибо.
Благодарю вас.
Thank you.
Okay, we go to Mark Walker next, please. You're on mute, Mark. If you just take yourself off mute. There you go.
Good afternoon, Sasha. Good afternoon, Max.
Good afternoon, sir.
Could I just ask, if you're victorious again, who would you prefer to fight this time? And who do you think will be victorious between Joshua and Fury?
Саш, если ты выиграешь снова, с кем бы ты предпочел драться? Ну, гипотетически, да? И кто для тебя фаворит в бою Джошуа Фьюри? Кто ты думаешь выиграет?
Я заранее я не бегу вперед. У меня есть бой, вот на него настраиваюсь. А заранее, потом, что будет, я не смотрю. Если выиграю, если проиграю. А кто будет фаворит, трудно сказать. Знаете, бокс – такая непредсказуемая вещь.
Ну, у тебя предпочтения какие-то есть?
Тайсон Фьюри, Энтони Джошуа – это хорошие, сильные боксеры. Да. Энтони Джошуа более, наверное, собранный, более техничный. Тайсон Фьюри, он такой нестандартный такой, не поймет, куда ударишь. Тоже сильно очень боксер. Потому что непонятно, не знаю.
Well, I don't like to look at the back of my opponent. So we can discuss my next opponent in the case of a success after the fight, if it will be successful. Regarding Joshua and Fury, you know, I don't have a, you know, who is a favorite. From one side, Joshua, very technical, you know, athlete. From the other side, the Fury, who is, you know, throw the punches from nowhere. This is very, you know, difficult for any boxer. So, you know, very difficult to predict for me, especially.
Thank you very much. The best of luck.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Thanks, Mark. If we go to Jim Conlon next, please.
Hi, Max. If you could ask Sasha about his training camp, and did he find it difficult to get sparring partners that were similar to Dillian Whyte?
Саш, вопрос по поводу подготовки. Ну, то есть вообще там в целом как прошла, были какие-то сложности со спарринг-партнерами, которые там по стилю напоминают Диллиана Уайта?
Сложности с спарринг-партнером, конечно, были. Сейчас все страны закрыты из-за коронавируса. Но у меня был, я считаю, хороший спарринг-партнер. И у нас из России. И хорошо спарринги прошли. Меджидов, я и Меджидова имею.
Да.
Я думаю...
Ну, Игоря тоже можно упомянуть в целом.
Да, мы перед этим Лазутский, обязательно. Хорошие ребята, сильные ребята. И я считаю, что хорошо с ними постояли в парах.
То есть по подготовке все отлично, стандартно?
Все нормально.
Well, the training camp was actually usual as well. You know, nothing specific. Regarding sparring partners, there was a two guy. There was a previous time, Medjidov, you know him, also signed with the Matchroom. And the second guy, the heavyweight from Ukraine, he's a 5-0. He's a two-time amateur Ukraine champion heavyweight with a difficult name, Igor Shevazutsky. So those two guys were the sparring partner. There was actually last time as well.
Best of luck, Sasha.
Yep, thanks a lot.
Okay, if you go to Bad Intentions Boxing next, please.
Hi, Max and Sasha.
Hi.
Dillian Whyte has described the last fight and the emphatic finish that Sasha managed to record. Dillian Whyte's described that as that he made a mistake. Is there more purpose from your camp and essentially from Sasha to go out there and prove that actually this wasn't a lucky punch, that this is how it's supposed to end?
Саш, вопрос, ну, то есть Диллиан Уайт описывает ситуацию как, типа, фатальную ошибку со своей стороны.
You got a pin.
Саш, слышишь меня?
Mute that bastard.
Да, Диллиан Уайт описывает ситуацию как фатальную ошибку со своей стороны. Ну и, соответственно, как бы, так сказать, подводит к тому, что там это некий lucky punch.
Dylan White's coming up in about less than 5 minutes.
Рассуждать, или это все было, ну, как бы запланировано, отработано? Ну, как ты уже говорил раньше.
Что мы этот удар отрабатывали. Отрабатывали этот удар. Я не считаю, что он случайный. Он отработанный и четкий удар. Хорошо, что вовремя и в нужное время мне получилось его нанести. Вот так можно сказать.
I can say only that, definitely it wasn't a lucky punch. People who think that they probably don't understand boxing. And, as I told before, I was training that punch from the left, from the right on the training. So hopefully, it gets to success. So there is nothing about lucky punch, at all in this case.
Cheers, gents. Thank you very much and good luck.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, we go to Paula next, please. You've got your hand raised there.
Hi guys, I just wanted to ask, is there anything you learned from the first fight that you felt you needed to improve on in the training camp heading into this rematch?
Саш, есть ли какие-то вещи, которые ты вынес как урок с первого боя, и которые ты улучшил или пытался улучшить в тренировочном процессе?
Я говорю уже про защиту. Про защиту, что, конечно, руки, чтобы на месте были. Говорить, что угодно, Боже, посмотрим, как будет в бою проходить. И что там буду я делать.
Well, in general, I have to pay more attention to the defense and stay my hand up, but you can say whatever you want, wherever you do in the training camp, but the ring just show if I learn something from the first fight.
And lastly, fans will be attending this fight. Are you excited to put on a good show for the fans attending?
На этом шоу будут зрители. Ты как бы немножечко, тебя это, так скажем, будоражит, что ли, что за долгое время уже какие-то зрители допущены. То есть это добавляет какого-то интереса.
Интерес, конечно, наверное, добавляет, но я на это внимание никогда не обращаю. Мне хоть мы будем одни драться, хоть с кем, я выхожу боксировать. И уже нагружающих пытаюсь не обращать внимания.
Well, it's very good that the people out, but anyway, I don't take attention to them. Doesn't matter. We can fight, just two of us. It doesn't make sense when I come into the ring.
Thank you, guys.
You too.
Okay, we go to David from the Gibraltar Panorama, please.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Obviously, the fact that you've been training in a warmer climate, how has that helped you prepare for Saturday's fight?
Саш, как все знают, понимают, ты готовился в теплом климате, это намеренно сделано было, то есть это как-то влияет на твою подготовку? Более тепло, чем Москва, имеется в виду.
Я понял. Да не, навряд ли что-то это меняет. Просто там предложили хорошие условия, поэтому мы поехали туда тренироваться. Вот и все.
There wasn't, an issue that...
Мне, конечно, это было лучше, потому что меньше вещей одевать, бегать лучше.
There wasn't, an issue that the training camp have to be in a warmer climate. It was just some kind of proposal from the training center that located, in the south of Russia. And it's just a matter of of luck, something like that. But anyway, it's better because you have to wear the less clothes in a warmer climate when you're running and things like that.
And how's the mindset going into Saturday's fights? The confidence as well.
Can you say again? Sorry.
The confidence going into Saturday. How confident are you into going into Saturday?
В среду будет пресс-конференция. Ты вообще в целом состояние уверенное? Ты себя ощущаешь?
Нормальное состояние, хорошее состояние. Уверен, я готов к бою и жду этого боя. Вот и все.
Саш, прервалось, не услышал, что ты сказал.
Я говорю, что значит уверен, не уверен? Я нормально себя чувствую. Буду, конечно, побежать в этом арене. Вот и все.
I always feel confident, and coming all the time. Doesn't matter if it's if it's fight or press conference. So I'm coming to win in this fight.
Okay, so that concludes the.
I forgot I met Povetkin in New York.
Thanks to
Oh
Max
shit!
and Sasha. Really appreciate your time.
Yeah.
We'll let you get off now.
Yeah.
So
Thank
next,
you. Dan.
Dillian Whyte
Thank
joining
you.
us.
Finished?
Yeah, finished, Max. Ready to
Okay.
go. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks a lot. Саш, закончили.
Just a reminder,
Boy, I was about to
if you
fall
have a
asleep.
question, raise the hand emoji, message me in a private chat, or just drop me a message if you've got my number.
Shit.
Just make sure that you've got your camera turned on when you're talking to Dillian, so you can see who's asking the questions. We're just waiting for him to come.
I
in
was fucking
shortly,
falling
so bear
asleep,
with
yo.
us.
So what we're doing is we're waiting for Dillian Whyte to
15
join the
minutes
call.
behind the schedule, so we'll limit it to 2 questions each to begin with and see how we get on.
Waiting for Dillian Whyte to join the call this weekend for the
Okay, he's joining now.
No, he's here. I was falling asleep, yo.
So I think we will start with Riyaf from the Daily Mail when he comes in. Riyaf, I'll pass over to you in a second, mate.
So I'm going to be covering this card, the main event, depending on if Ted Cheeseman versus James Metcalf ends in some controversy, or the Chris Congo versus McKinson fight, then I'll cover those.
Okay.
I consider this to be
his earphones in and unmute, and then we'll get going.
I consider this to be a career match for
Hi, Dillian. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, here we are. Let's go.
Really appreciate your time as always. First off, we'll pass over to Riyaf from the Daily Mail, please.
Hi, Dillian. How you doing?
I'm good, mate. It's strict.
Yeah, good. Thank you, Dillian. Dillian, just talking to Povetkin there, and again, he was talking about the coronavirus difficulties that he's had in this camp. I know you've had some thoughts on that in the past, but just wondering, if it is the case that he had coronavirus, what kind of advantage do you think that presents you with?
I don't think it's probably no advantage. He's a professional. He's a world champion, Olympic gold medalist, and he's got money. He doesn't need to fight. If he's not fit and he's not well, then he wouldn't be taking the fight. But it's a good excuse for him to say, "Oh, coronavirus." I gave him enough time for him to recover. When he said he had COVID, I said, "Okay, no worries. I want to fight the best Povetkin I can fight, so have the time to recover." They're the one that planned the fight for this date. They wanted to fight on the 6th of March. They agreed to the date. I said to them, make the date whenever you're ready. And they agreed to that date. So clearly he thought clearly he knew he was ready. And his team wouldn't put him at risk. This is his team that been with him his whole career. So they would not put him at risk if they thought he wasn't ready. So that's not my problem.
You think it's basically a excuse, just sort of in readiness if he loses, basically?
Exactly.
Okay, thanks, Riyaf. Next, if we go to David from the Daily Mirror, please.
Hi, Dillian, you okay?
I'm good, mate. It's tricks.
Grand. Dillian, when you lose the way that you did in that last fight, is there any worry about any psychological damage to yourself, or is that one of those things that you can immediately, put it to bed?
Listen, man, what I've been through in life, a knockout in a sport where I'm changing my life and making a future for me and my family, is nothing, man. It's nothing. I've got many things in life, man. Many serious things. I've had assassination attempts on my life and things, and I've been through a lot of things and suffering since as a child. So for me, this is nothing. It's one night.
Getting knocked out ain't shit to him.
I had 2 losses in 29 fights. Like for me, I shouldn't even be a top where I am because I've had no amateur grounding, no background, no top promoters behind me for a long time. I've come up swimming against the waves. So for me, this is nothing, man. It's nothing. It's just we readjust and we go again and just get the revenge.
Dillian, presuming you win on Saturday, where do you think you'll be in the overall picture of getting that world title shot?
I should be right back. I was number 3 heavyweight in the world. I should get the title shot this time. So let's see.
Great. Thanks, Dillian. Good luck.
Cheers.
Okay, if we go to Ron Lewis next, please.
Dillian, hiya, mate.
How you doing, mate? You all right?
I'm very well. You look very well.
Thank you.
You went straight back into camp after, virtually straight after August. How long have you actually had off to the fight? Because obviously you were originally planning for November. how long have you actually had off, and has that worked well? Because you changed your team before the last fight. Has it worked well being all together for such a long period of time this time?
I was ready to go in November. Obviously, you know, I'm not one of those guys that need time to process stuff mentally and worry about it and spend 2 weeks just thinking about the defeat and another 2 weeks getting psychologically ready. And no, I don't care, man. I'm just like, yo, okay, we dust up. I lost, we regroup, we go straight back in again. That's my mindset. That's what my mindset has been, because I've always been a warrior. Since I was a child, I was forced to be a warrior from an early age. I was forced to struggle from an early age. I was forced to suffer from an early age. I was forced to survive from an early age. So that's all I know to do, unfortunately.
Looking at him now, do you see him sleep this weekend?
Because obviously it didn't happen in November. And did you actually give yourself some weeks off?
Yeah, no, obviously, of course, you know, you don't get stopped and go straight back into training. You have to rest. I got medical team around me. They told me what to do, and I listened. And they made sure the gym was closed, so I couldn't get in the gym anyway. So all the guys, they all went home. So no one was here for a couple of weeks. So I had to chill. I never had anything better to do. I was bored out of my mind, but I just had to chill.
Excellent. Cheers, Dillian. Good luck Saturday, mate.
Cheers, mate. Cheers. Thank you.
Thanks, Ron. If we go to Jonathan Nagyoff next, please.
Hi, Dillian. Hope you're well.
How you doing, mate?
I'm good, thanks. Going back to sort of the training setup, you've added Harold the Shadow Knight, who's worked with Lennox Lewis. What's he added to your camp? Has he given you any good advice?
Yeah, that's a bit of experience. Obviously, he's been around the best ever British heavyweight of all time his whole career. So that's just experience and a bit of wisdom. You know, obviously, him and Zav work well, and I think they both complement each other and they both build each other's confidence, because a lot when Zav come up with a plan or whatever, then they agree on it and they work it out. Then it strengthens Zav's background and everything as well, because they're okay. This guy was Emmanuel Stewart's was alongside Emmanuel Stewart and with Lennox, and he agrees with what I'm saying. So it's just about reinforcing and building confidence and just securing just that second. Having that person who's been in at the high level in the highest fight, just like, okay, what you guys are doing is good, or this is, you know what I'm saying?
Obviously, you've worked with Lennox Lewis, and when Lennox Lewis lost to Hasim Rahman, he said that when he came out of the ring, he knew exactly the mistake he made. Do you feel like you're in a similar position, and do you take inspiration from seeing guys who've risked everything like you have?
Yeah, you know, listen, man, I'm a different kind of guy than most of these guys. I just get on with it, man. I just don't care or worry about what he does. I just get on with it, man. And you know, we're seeing guys come up from defeat, good guys coming from defeat, and it's just like it's nothing. It's all about your mindset, man. I know you as a person, and so for me, Saturday you guys will see.
Appreciate it, Dillian. Best of luck.
Thanks, Jonathan. If we go to Georgi Radionov from Ren TV.
Dillian, hi, it's nice to meet you. Georgi from RenTV Russia. How are you?
How are you, my friend? You okay?
Thank you. Yeah. So, could you make your own ranking of the most dangerous punchers in heavyweights? Which place would you give for yourself and for Povetkin?
It's kind of hard, man. I don't think, like for me, I'm just a normal guy. I don't think I'm a massive puncher or a great. It's kind of hard. I let the fans and the people decide that, but Povetkin's a big puncher. He's up there, you know what I mean? He's knocked a lot of people out, you know. He's a big puncher, but you know, obviously, in every division, you'd have to say punch power. You'd have to say Wilder's probably at number one, then you say Joshua's at number two, and the rest, I don't know.
So, but do you think that Povetkin is really a dangerous puncher?
Yeah, of course. See, that's what I said earlier. I said he's a very dangerous puncher. I just look at his record and look, he's knocked out most people he's fought. Of course, he's a dangerous puncher. I'm not easily knocked out, and obviously I got knocked out by him, so of course he's a dangerous puncher.
So last year you gave your estimate to Francis Ngannou, yeah? So how would be ended the fight between Povetkin versus Francis according to boxing rules? How do you think?
I don't know. Francis is an MMA fighter and Povetkin's a boxer. I don't know. It's hard to judge because if you put Povetkin against Francis in MMA, the power is different. You put Francis in against boxing, it's different because boxing, it's very hard to judge the power because MMA, the gloves are 4 ounces, boxing, the gloves are 10 ounces. So very difficult. Francis is the big knockout guy and Povetkin is the big knockout guy. It's hard to say who is the bigger puncher, if you know what I mean. It's very difficult to say, okay, this guy it's very difficult unless they fight boxing rules and they fight MMA rules, and we'll know.
Would you like to come to UFC?
Pardon?
Would you like to come to UFC?
Would you like to? Yeah, of course. I've already said I fought MMA before, so for me it's nothing. I'm one of the only boxers that fought MMA before. So listen, I'm a warrior. I'll fight any style there is, man. If I get paid in this league, I'll fight whatever style you want. If you want to fight in a field or
Okay,
as long as I don't get in trouble.
Dillian, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ames, did you want to jump in next with your 2 questions, please?
Ames here for Boxing DCU. Pleasure to meet you, Dillian. How are you?
I'm good, my friend. Thank you.
Good. Should you win at the weekend, Dillian, what is the situation with the title shot you were looking for? Do you expect to have to wait, or would you expect the WBC to acknowledge from what your perspective at the time was, at the time that you had before, to wait for that title?
They better fucking acknowledge I've waited long enough, and the manager situation is still going on. Povetkin is in contract. It's not like I've lost someone and no, it's still a contract. So the manager position is just on hold at the minute. So the winner of this fight should just be mandatory and should be in line for the title fight next. Hopefully they have to wait 1,000 days again, or whatever it was.
There has been some talk online about no VADA testing. Eddie has come out and said there is testing and it's been in place. Can you confirm that it is? And we'll be seeing
there's VADA testing. I had like 2 VADA tests just a couple of days ago. There's been VADA testing even through the whole of COVID and coronavirus. There's been VADA testing. Anyway, for me, I've been tested anyway. I don't know. Obviously, Portugal is easy to get to for VADA, and Portugal has been opened to travel, so it's been easy. It's been easy, I don't know what the Russian registration are or whatever, so I don't know.
All the best for the weekend, Dillian. Thank you so much.
Respect.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ames. If we go to Paula in Gibraltar, please.
Yeah, good afternoon, Dillian.
Hello, mate. How are you?
Good, thank you, good. You talk about interviews being very relaxed before your fights, always smiling in the change room before you get in there. You've had a couple of days in Gibraltar now, sunny Gibraltar. Has the environment here kind of suited the way you approach fights?
Yeah, it's been great because I've been in Portugal training, so it's just like similar. It's just 1 hour time difference. The food is similar. The people's kind of similar, but also the great thing about Gibraltar is that being in England, if you know what I mean, it's like the lifestyle, the food, you know what I mean? It's been great. It's been great, man. I couldn't have asked a better setup, and the travel restriction ain't been too much, but they've been safe. You know what I mean? You have to come through the border, and the Gibraltar border is very strict. You understand? You have to have your COVID test result within, I think, 48 hours or something. You know what I mean? It's been great, man. And the people's been good. Minister's been good. Everybody's been good. The support's been good here. So it's been great. Hopefully we can do more fights here after this one.
And lastly, has it been a question of making some minor adjustments to your training, or have you changed your approach completely for this rematch?
At this stage, it's all about minor adjustment because everybody knows what to jab, everybody knows to throw a right hand and an uppercut. It's just about minor adjustment, working and timing, where your foot is, getting it. It's just about minor adjustments, man. That's all it is. So they've been it's in the main thing, just minor adjusting things and the concentration and other things, and stuff like that. So yeah, it's all good.
Thank you, Dillian. Best of luck on Saturday.
Cheers.
Okay, we're going to Carmen from Gibraltar Magazine next, please.
Hi, I hope you're doing well. So obviously with this fight, there's been like a lot of setbacks and delays. How have you kind of kept motivated to keep, preparing for the fight despite the delays? Has it been frustrating, or have you just kind of got on with it?
It's been frustrating, but the thought of victory and revenge and avenging my loss, because I'm a person, I don't like losing. For me, it's all about winning, man. Whatever I do, it's all about winning. So for me, that's been my motivation, just winning. Revenge.
Yeah. And also, you talk a lot about you don't get too nervous and stuff like that, but, right before going in the ring, do you have any nerves? And if so, how do you kind of, relax those and keep calm and collected before going in the ring?
There's always a bit of nerves, everybody have a bit of nerves, but I'm just very relaxed, it's a different situation, but I've been through a lot of things in my life, man. So this is a sport. There's rules. You win, you lose, you get knocked out, you get disqualified or whatever. You know, there's medical assistant at the ring side that you get looked after, the best medical care. There's a lot of safety rules and procedures and stuff like that. You get health checked, you get blood tests and all that. So you're getting in the ring very healthy, and the staff and everything's there. You're gonna get looked after. My lifestyle, I'm upbringing and stuff I've been through, you know, this is nothing compared to some of that sort of stuff. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, being people trying to kill you and stab you and shooting and stuff. You know, like for me, this is nothing. It's like things I've been through in life. It's like it's a lot of pressure, it's stress, it's performing in front of people, but you know what I mean, it's nothing compared to the things that I've been through in life and the things I've had to go through. So, you know.
Perfect. Thank you very much and good luck.
Thank you. Thanks.
Okay, Joe Lee from Seconds Out next, please.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, mate. How's tricks?
Good. So, first of all, I want to ask you about the interim belt and being mandatory, because as you know, you were previously mandatory for over 1,000 days. Do you feel as if the interim belt actually adds anything for the division, because you didn't even get your shot? And if you were, say, to win on Saturday night, you still might have to wait for AJ and Fury to fight twice.
The interim belt is a good thing because it's just like a WBA regular world title. It's the same. It's the equivalent of the same title David A won at heavyweight. You understand? It's the equivalent of the same title Klitschko had before they moved up to super heavyweight. So it is. I think it's a good title, and it's a belt that gives you. It's a trinket that gives you. You hold your place in the rankings. Obviously, we all know boxing. Boxing's a strange sport, man. You know, you can be mandatory, you can be number one, you can do whatever, pay all the sanction fees, and still don't get a title shot. Because if you're dangerous, and guys will avoid you. You understand? Because I'm the kind of guy that can throw a spanner in the work for these big fights not to happen, because I can knock someone out. You understand? So it's difficult, man, but it is what it is. But the belt, I think the belt is a good thing because, you know, it's still a world title. You know, it doesn't say. It says world champion when we. It doesn't say interim world title. Sometimes it's world title. So, but it is what it is.
And do you think that'll help you make a case to fight the winner of AJ versus Fury? Because obviously, Usyk and Joyce, the winner of that, potentially would fight them as well. Do you think you should go ahead of them with that interim belt?
Yeah, no, of course, because if you take into consideration how long I've been mandatory, how long I've been number one, how many top guys have fought, you know what I mean? Then why should them guys get shot before me? You know, who was Usyk for? Derek Chisora and Chaz Weatherspoon. I know he's gonna fight Joe Joyce. You know, like, I've been fighting top heavyweights for years.
That's yeah, interesting. Okay, thank you very much. Good luck as well.
Respect.
Thanks, Joe. If we go to Fuad from Viper Sport next, please.
Hi, Dylan. How are you?
How are you, mate? You good?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, thank you. So first question, it's a little bit about the first fight. He seemed like every time you closed the distance on him, you know, he had to throw, and that's when you countered and did drop him. But when you gave him the space, he looked a lot more comfortable. And that's how the knockout did come from what I watched. Are we expecting a more aggressive Dillian Whyte, and are you going to try to be on top of him throughout the early rounds?
Well, you have to wait till Saturday and see, man. You know, I'm not going to say this and say that because we're about to fight, and there's a lot of people that's watching what I'm doing, what I'm saying, and what is I'm saying. You know, we're about to go to war, man. You know.
Yeah, fair enough. I understand your point. And secondly, I know the guys have been talking about your whatever happens next with the WBC and whatnot. AJ Fury look like they're going to be tied up, and a lot of the other heavyweights. One heavyweight who's still about is Deontay Wilder, and you've obviously chased him for a very long time. Does that make sense to make next if every other fight is tangled up?
Listen, if the fans want to see it and it makes sense, then I'm all about that, man. You know, I'm all about that. You know, I've never been one. Listen. How much time have I tried to fight Deontay Wilder? How many times? You know,
it's just a different situation now because obviously he's coming up a loss as well. He has to regain his status.
This is the only way these guys. This is the only way these guys want to fight me. Parker, the same. Parker promised to fight me as a world champion, didn't fight me. Fury promised to fight me as a world champion, didn't fight me. Wilder's meant to fight me as a world champion, didn't fight me. But when those guys lose, they all try to fight me. They all want to fight me. That's just this is what it is, man.
one of the most avoided men in boxing, I'd say. But anyway, thank you for your time and all the best on Saturday.
Respect.
Okay, we've got time for a couple more before we let Dillian get off. Brett Redmond next, please.
Hi, Dillian. Brett here from Bad Intentions Boxing. Thanks very much for having me on, and I echo the comments earlier. You look extremely healthy and in pristine condition, so I'm looking forward to Saturday.
Thank you. Thank you.
I've seen previous comments that have come out, obviously, after the last fight, and I think you were very vocal in for the fact that you echoed that you made this mistake had happened. That, again, was then referenced by your former coach, Mark Tibbs, who came out and said, actually, I wouldn't have let Dillian get as close as what he did to Alexander Povetkin. Was that very much the finish reflective of a man that was in a position of transitional phase?
No, listen. See, boxing, a lot of people talk shit. People talk shit. I wouldn't have do this. I don't know why Mark's saying this is a fight. Mark don't let me get close or whatever. I'm fighting. It's a fight. It's not that your coach don't let you get close. It's a fight. You're fighting a good fight, a strong operator, a world-class guy. So it's not just me alone. I can't just decide everything in the ring. It's like, I'm saying, we're about to trade off. When you look at when I got knocked out, I was about to knock him out. You know what I'm saying? I went round the side, he came up in the middle. It's just a split second to make a judgment. If his punch never land, my punch knocked him out. If you watch the fight, you see we're both on par to land. I'm about to land my right hand, left hook. He threw the right hand and missed, but then he came up in the middle. So it's just boxing, it's heavyweight boxing. It's like a game of dice. When you roll dice, you don't know what number is going to land on. So people just need to stop talking shit. But see, boxing, when you do good, it's like, yeah, oh my God, he was so great. When you do bad, the real and his dog come out to say some shit. It's just what it is, bro.
Okay, no, I appreciate that. My last question is, it was just referenced previously in terms of Deontay Wilder and Andy Ruiz. Are you at a stage, I suppose, in your career now where it's about legacy or it's actually about business success?
I just want to fight, man. I just want to fight. That's always been my thing, is to fight the best, put your mental up against the best and see how good you are. See how far you can go. That's always been my life goals, and that's what I've been in boxing to do. You know what I'm saying? Fight the best and see how it goes. You know, people can laugh at me. Oh, you got stopped, you got this. Who cares? I'm doing something. I'm not in my mother's house sitting on a front living room couch and sleeping there and going to my mother's house at 32, scrummaging from the fridge. No, I'm trying to do something and chase goals in life and make stuff happen. But a lot of these people that talk crap, that's what they're doing. They're just bums in their mother's house at whatever age they are.
Dillian, listen, I extremely appreciate that, and I wish you every bit of success for Saturday. Thank you very much,
God
mate.
bless you. God bless you.
Okay, we've got time for one final question. Jim, just got time for one before we let Dillian get off to his fight week obligations. If you want to take over.
Yeah, I suppose, Dylan, my question for you, an awful lot's been mentioned about potential fighters. We saw Otto Walden beat David Benitez recently. Is Otto a potential really good fight for yourself as well, Otto Walden?
Yeah, he just beat Dominic Brazil. He just beat Dominic Brazil. Yeah, it is a good fight. It's a fight that I called for before. I called for Otto Walden the minute he beat Tyson Fury. We was trying to fight him when I fought Povetkin. Listen, I'm just up for fighting with him, man. As long as it makes sense and it gets the fans' juices flowing and whatever, then I'm up for fighting anybody, man. You know, I've never been like, ask the guys at Matchroom. I don't pick my fights. Eddie comes to me and go, oh, there is 3 names. Who do you want? And I usually just take the best name on the thing. Sometimes we don't get it. We go down the list. That's it. It never been, oh, this is the plan. We're gonna fight. No, Eddie just goes, yeah, well, here's some names, and I say, all right, whoever.
Best of luck, Dylan, at the weekend.
Cheers, my friend. God bless you.
Okay, Dillian, really appreciate your time. We've got Fabio Wardley joining us next, so we'll let you get off. See you in Gibraltar.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers. Okay, so if anyone's got any questions for Fabio, if you just